Hey, what's going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Hope you are having a good time. It's another work break conversation with Kellen Cash. Put my hoodie on where I got the thing. I'm just rolling like always, and when rolling like this, I want to talk about Choosey Susie type clients. And what I mean by that, if you don't know that definition, these are clients that have had, they go from one PR person to one agent to one manager to another. They can't keep it together. Usually it's always somebody else's fault. Not usually, 9 out of 10 times, or 10 out of 10, I would bet on it's always someone else's fault of why they can't stay, um, with a proper publicist, a proper manager, a proper agent, a proper assistant, whatnot, and that's just known in the business. You know what I mean? Like, you have those people. Killer Mike said something wonderful in an interview recently, and he said, even including himself, he said the talent are emotional addicts, and I would even say many are emotional wrecks, and that, they don't fully understand what we're always talking about is their brand, which is something I hate. But what I want to share with you guys, how not to be an emotional addict, how not to even take clients that are like that. Now, if somebody stays with you, for 6 months to a year, and things just need to change. Sometimes you can only take people so far. Sometimes people don't want to go further and they get nervous. We're even kind of more talking about the person who changes every month, whatnot, because sometimes things have to change. Sometimes that change is to help you change and help you increase your level of knowledge, experience, but then move on to the next. So don't think, you're going to have a client for life, which many clients over here, we feel like, okay, this is going to be a client for life. But a lot of times too, we're making our own business where, okay, if clients come or if they go, it's all good because we've changed roles. I went from a journalist to a publicist to, in between that, doing some management to consulting now. And so it just kind of depends where you're at in life, where you want to go, what's the plan. But this is the thing, how to not get caught up in that or even take those people. Always ask people, just like if you were on the street with a Choosey Susie, always ask people about their last situation. Get to know them and see what happened, just like you would in a relationship with an ex, or their ex, and say, what happened in the relationship. 9 out of 10 times people are going to say, it was the other person. If it's a woman, they're always going to say it's the guy a lot of times, right? But there are some women who say, nah, it was me. He wanted to go somewhere I didn't want to go or whatnot. So always get that past history. Always understand, and talk about what you require as far as payments, how you need to, they need to break themselves right then in the beginning, because what you do, unless you're a manager only working on what you kill, they need to be able to put that bag down. You know what I mean? Because you have to get things in line. It takes so much to get a brand together. And if you're doing it for a discounted, limited budget, you need all those funds, right? So that's the number one thing. Getting the past history and also making sure they understand your history and how you work. Because you can what we like to do is scare people away. We talk big numbers. So the people who we know aren't going to pay, on time, we kind of deter that. And there's some people where, you just like them and you just bring them in. It's kind of like new talent and you're trying to mold something and see what you can do. And we all get caught up in that. But a lot of times those won't be your Susie Choosies. Those are people trying to, play with your money. And then you have to find a way to not make that funny, and really show them like not paying you is hurting them. You know what I mean? They could have what the other folks have, but they need to be able to, work harder so you have more time for them. Because all this is a time game. You know what I mean? It's a time game in your experience and why you are in the position you're in, or why you are hiring the person that you were hiring. So everything is time. People put time into getting their craft, their expertise, and all that. And things change. So don't feel bad about change. You got to embrace change. You got to say change is good. You know what I mean? You gotta say change is good. So, but we want to stay away from these Choosey Susie. So my thing is, if someone's had 3 managers in 3 months, or 3 managers in 1 year, or 3 publicists in 1 year, and you can have multiple publicists, but that you keep jumping, you're not giving the person who's doing your PR campaign enough to actually get something. It takes 3 to 6 months just to get the ball starting hot. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people get excited because they might get a lot of press in the first 30 to 60 days, but that's just the warm up. You know what I mean? This is the gym. We got to get you buff, is what I said. We can't not you tight, get you right. So, with that being said, these Choosey Susie types, run from them. Don't even take their money. Somebody's had, I would say, if they've had, 2 to 3 publicists or 2 to 3 managers in a year, unless they've just been ripped off completely, run. I need you to run, because something is probably up with that person. They're probably some type of an emotional wreck. And you just really don't need that in your life. You need to really streamline this dream. You really need to be able to just have people like a real consistent flow. You got to have a consistent flow, because one client will benefit the next client, which will benefit the next client. That's just how this thing works. And dealing with Choosey Susies, it's like, it's like anything. You're trying to get to know someone. It's like you got to get a new wardrobe for somebody. You got to understand what they like, so you can have the food ready for them and all that. And you just can't do that with someone who's in and out. That's like somebody who just likes one night stand, somebody who just likes to, kind of date around. You got to move around. And I'm going to get into another episode about people who like to come and go, because I got some good inquiries, some good information. People like, well, how do we stop that? Even more going into detail. Right now, I'm going to just have you set up for no Choosey Susies at all. Don't deal with them, whatnot, And I'm in my Ethiopia attire right now, all Ethiopia'd out, you guys. You can even see the wristband, whatnot, Ethiopia. Getting ready to see Ethiopia again this year, God willing. So if you're out there, please link up. We want to talk. We want to do more, African business as usual, righteous business as always. I'm Kellen Cash. This has been a work break conversation. Got this one under 10 minutes. You guys like, share, do all that good stuff. Spread the vibes, whatnot. We're trying to make, 1,000 entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? And help 1 million entrepreneurs with questions that they have, because you can't learn this in school. I'm out. Y'all be blessed.